messieurs, dames, messieurs, dames, messieurs, dames. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So I was frustrated. You all voted for La Bohème, which is good, which is better, actually. I will tell you why in a second. But you all voted for La Bohème, so I was frustrated. I really wanted to hear Pavarotti sing E Luce van le stelle, so we just heard Luciano Pavarotti singing Luce van le stelle from Puccini's Tosca. How is everybody? How are you all doing? It's so nice to see you. Bonjour à tous et à toutes. Comment ça va? Je suis bien contente de faire ce stream aujourd'hui. I'm super, super, super excited. I am very, very excited. But the thing is that today is the first day of spring here in Fredonia, New York. And there's a lot of sun outside. So I have to say, being in front of a computer for the entire afternoon is a choice I decided to live by. How are you all doing? Oh, Frame Festival. I'm jealous. So for someone in the chat just said in French that they were the Frame Festival, the Frame Festival. For the international people on here, it is a very nice festival for short movies and YouTubers to get some exposure. It's a festival in Avignon, in the south of France. And et c'était bien alors, Solène, Frame Festival. T'as vu des belles choses ou quoi? J'ai un peu, en fait, je vais vous dire, I'm gonna speak in French for 1 second. Pour celles et ceux qui sont francophones, là, qui me regardent, en fait, il y a une copine qui est en ce moment à Fredonia, qui est belge. Et donc, la seule personne avec qui j'ai parlé français ces derniers jours, c'est une fille qui parle avec un peu l'accent belge une fois. Donc, du coup, maintenant, dès que je parle un peu français, j'ai un peu un truc d'imitation, je l'imite comme ça. Mais bon, on va éviter de continuer avec un faux accent belge un peu bizarre. Yes, someone was practicing flute and just decided to come and watch live. Yes, okay, guys, if you have questions, now is the time. Let's do some Q&A, some questions. Si vous avez des questions par rapport à tout ce qui se passe, par rapport à mon crowdfunding, par rapport à la dernière vidéo que je viens de poster, par rapport à mes vidéos que je fais à New York, if you have any questions on my new videos, my New York videos, and then what I just posted, the video I just posted about my life here in upstate New York, my first year of master's here. Yeah, if you have any questions, now is the time. I'm going to start with a question that I received on Instagram because I posted a couple of days back, I think yesterday or 2 days before. I posted something saying that, hey, if you can't make it to the live stream, share your questions, shoot me your questions on Instagram and I'll answer them and then they will be available in the replay. So there was a person who asked me if I would be willing to sing, I'm guessing their music, because they said, hey, would you be interested in singing a new composer's music? And I have to say I was psyched by this question because as some of you know, watching my videos and just following me on Instagram and on socials, I have been really excited to sing a lot of contemporary music. And so I'm always excited to discover new repertoire, new composers. And I'm actually, I think it's on my, yes, it's on my piano. Right now, I am learning this baby. So this is Silent Night by Kevin Putz. So for those of you who have watched my last video and followed me on socials, you know that I'm really excited and honored to have been selected to the Wolf Trap Young Artists Summer Program by Wolf Trap Opera, so it's in Virginia. And one of my repertoire assignment is to be the cover of the lead soprano in an opera by Kevin Putz. And Kevin Putz is one of my favorite composers. I discovered him, I think, last year. Yes, last year. As I was looking for some American repertoire, because here in the States, when you audition, you kind of have to have contemporary, like American, 20th or 21st century piece on your audition package. It's kind of a tacit requirement, which makes sense, because Americans love new music. Really, there are amazing American opera composers that write operas today, and it sells a lot in opera houses here. So makes sense that when you audition for the industry here, you have to show that you can sing this kind of music. And I fell in love with the opera The Hours by Kevin Putz, and one of the arias that Renee Fleming sings in that show is now on my audition package, on my audition repertoire, and I love this aria. It's called Here on This Corner. It's really gorgeous. Guys should have a listen. And so I was super duper excited when I got my repertoire assignment for this summer for Wolf Trap, and it said I had to learn an entire role from one of his operas. So, all of this to say that I love learning contemporary music. I find it to be a wonderful challenge, and it's so very exciting to learn music when you know that the person who wrote it is alive at the same time than you are, which is really, really rare. Especially as well, you know, like the Puccinis and the Mozart and the Verdis and even the Britten and all of that. Um, you know, you can guess what they wanted or what they were going for, but at some point you can't really know all the way, right? And so with Kevin Putz and Silent Night, I'm really excited. So yes, someone is asking what's the name of my American teacher who I had in Amsterdam. So it's been the same person. His name is Don Marazzo. He's absolutely wonderful voice teacher. I sing his praises every time someone asks. He's an incredible voice teacher, voice pedagogue, but he's so I met him during my bachelor's in Amsterdam, and then we kept working together when I was in Athens as well. And now I'm also studying with him here in Fredonia. So we've been working together for, this is our 7th year working together. So that is a long time. It's a long time. But it's great. It's going really well. And it's a fantastic collaboration. I'm super happy we met and that we started working together 7 years ago. He's been patient because 7 years ago, I was a hot mess, a hot vocal mess. Let me tell you. I didn't even know. I think I came into my bachelor's and I didn't even know what a larynx was. That was my level of vocal understanding. So he's been very patient with me. Yes. Any more questions, guys? I'm on a roll. I'm in a super super good mood. Est-ce que vous avez des questions en français ou en anglais? All is good. Vous pouvez y aller. I love because I always see there are some people here like Ludovico, Solène Petit. You guys are always here on my lives. I love it. It's so nice to see you guys again. You're always there. It's like the crew. The how do you say? The hardcore crew. I love it. I really love it. So after this, if you guys have no more questions, hey Nico Leblanc. Hey, Nico Leblanc is also always a regular. I love you guys. Yes, so as you can see, I put right here, I put the QR code for my GoFundMe campaign. So while I wait for more questions from you guys, if you guys have some, I am going to tell you a bit more about this. So I started this crowdfunding last year in order to be able to finance my visa application and coming here to the States and paying for my tuition fees here. Because, small recap for those of you who don't know, I am currently living in the States. I'm finishing up my first year of master's degree in SUNY Fredonia. SUNY is short for State University of New York. And I was very lucky to get a full scholarship for this master's. And so I am working here as a graduate assistant to the voice department. But this scholarship is full for Americans, but not for international, because when you're international, you have to pay an extra $10,000 a year because you're international, and this is a state university. So it's basically, long story short, it's like connected to the government and all of that. So that's how they get funding. That's why it's cheaper than going to a Yale or something like that. And so these 10,000 a year, I couldn't provide. I'm working very hard in order to be able to, pay my bills and pay my life here and pay for my auditions and all of that. But I needed your help in order to be able to leave, show that I had some money to be able to have a visa and to pay for these fees. And now that I am here and I am getting ready for my second year, I have put some money aside, and hopefully I will earn more money in the coming year, but I am again in need of your help to be able to pay for these fees and hopefully set some money aside to finance the audition season. So like I said in my last video, I was so grateful and happy to be able to start my American dream and start my master's thanks to you. Now I hope I can finish this master's, at least continue this master's. Thanks for your help now. So please take the time to check out, oh, it's on this side. Ah, it's here, my bad. It's like opposite for me. So please, yeah, you can scan this QR code or you can just go to Google, put GoFundMe, my name, Mia Mondino, and then, or just Mia, you will probably find me. And please, if you can't donate, I completely understand. But what would really, really help is if you could share at least to 2 people. Just send this to 2 people and say that, I don't know, you would love to support me, but you can't, and maybe these people can. And any donation counts. If it's €5, €10, €2, it still counts. So yes, thanks for your generosity. This QR code will be here during this entire live stream. I'm also doing this live stream to help promote this crowdfunding, to try to boost it. So hopefully that will work a bit. All right. I have a good technique. Wow, thanks. When did you hear me, Maria Cassie? Thanks. I'm just reading the chat now. Okay. What is my technical advice to have a beautiful high note well placed? I'm working on it. I am actively working on it. High notes are very hard to have beautiful balanced high notes, I find. It's kind of a journey. Right now I'm in a moment where I'm kind of remodeling my high notes because I have good high notes, but they used to be kind of wobbly sometimes, and so the pitch wouldn't be really precise. So my teacher and I are now working in order to balance it out so that you can really hear the core of the sound and the ring and the ping of them, while having them being a balanced sound. So while keeping the warmth and keeping it connected to the rest of the voice. So yeah, les aigus, c'est compliqué. It's a hard thing. I think it's kind of the problem about high notes is that it's the money notes, right? That's what you expect as an audience member, as an audition panel. That's kind of that's the climax of a voice. So you kind of, those are the notes that have to be outstanding and blow your minds. And sometimes even if the rest of the voice is a bit meh, as long as you have amazing high notes, you can impress and you can touch. So I'm working hard on them. I guess my advice for beautiful high notes is first to look at what's happening in your middle voice. Because most of the time, a beautiful high note that is balanced, that is ringy, so with a lot of ping, a lot of that will cut through the orchestra and the room. In order for it to be beautiful once it comes out, it has to be connected to the rest of your voice. So if your middle range is a bit wonky, your high notes are probably going to sound either disconnected or kind of pushed, or yeah. But it's a long process. And as I was saying earlier, I've been working for 7 years now with my teacher, and we're still figuring out the balance in my voice and especially in my high notes right now. So I'm not sure how much I can I can help you on that. Je suis une jeune chanteuse avec une voix assez mature pour mon âge. Que dois-je chanter? Oh, well, I'm not sure I understand, Anne. So you're young, but your voice is very mature, meaning that your voice sounds older? Is that what you mean? If that's the case, I would suggest you don't sing the crazy arias too soon, and you first go to songs, like melody and stuff like that, because I think that's good. I think that's better than going right away. I don't know what type of voice you have, Anne, but yeah, tell me more about your voice, and I'll try to give you an answer that makes some sense. Yes, so nice. 2 people in the chat have gone to watch your first opera. Eh, incroyable. Je suis trop contente. Je suis trop contente que vous alliez aller voir votre premier opéra. Così fan tutte. Oh, en version expérience échangiste? Okay. Where was that? Oh, Solène, was that at the Théâtre du Châtelet? Where was it? Okay. I'm so excited. I love it. Every time I receive a message of someone who's discovering opera and going to the opera because of one of my videos or my channel, I'm super excited. I'm super happy. This is so nice. Comment les chanteurs gèrent-ils l'exposition à des volumes sonores très élevés? Ah, you mean, Louis, you mean when you face each other and you sing in each other's face? Is that what you're talking about? Because if that's the case, you will see there are a few tricks. And it's actually a great question because we might be able to check that when we watch La Bohème later on. Donc il y a plein de petites astuces, plein de petits tricks. One is to not sing directly in someone's ear. So for example, if I'm let's say a soprano, and there's a moment where the tenor is on his knees and he's like, oh no, and I grab his head and his head is here and I see that his ear is going to be here, I'm not going to sing to his ear. That would be terribly mean, first of all, and also I'm probably singing in the wings of the theater. You kind of always want to sing towards the audience, otherwise the sound might get lost. So first of all, you rarely sing in someone's ear or in someone's face. You kind of always try to, like there are a few tricks that you kind of look like you're really facing them, but actually you're singing towards the theater. So that's a trick. And also sometimes you just put your hand on their ears, like you pretend you're very passionate, like passionately taking their heads, right? But you actually put your hands on their ears. You have a few tricks. Sometimes you will see that they will act knowing if you have a high note coming in or something like that. Sometimes you see singers like act and move their face down, or act and like move their face up and pretend like, it's really hard, when actually they're just like, oh my god, I don't want this person to scream in my ears, I'm just gonna do like this. Yeah. So I hope this helps. But probably we'll see more when we watch La Bohème in a few minutes, which is exciting. I was expecting you guys. So let's talk about the choice of opera for today, because I set a vote on Instagram to decide which opera we're going to watch, whether it's Tosca or it's La Bohème. And I chose these two because the last time we did an opera marathon, today is not an opera marathon, today is just one opera. But last time we did an opera marathon, you guys really wanted to do one about Puccini. So I heard you and I offered you two of Puccini's most famous operas. But I had an alter motive in my mind. The first one was, well, if they choose Tosca, it's one of my favorite operas, so I'm sure to have a good time, and I will pick a version that I've never seen before, so we can talk about it, and I can be excited about this opera. The other one, La Bohème, is not one of my favorite operas, and the last time I said that to you guys, you were enraged. You came for me. You were like, what? Mia, you don't like La Bohème? What's happening? Which I understand. But funnily enough, look what I have here. I have to love La Bohème now because I'm learning the chorus of La Bohème because I am singing in La Bohème this summer as a chorus. And there are moments of La Bohème that I really love. There are a few arias that I really, really love. And I am excited to... So I have the score with me. So when we're going to watch La Bohème, I will open my score at the chorus moments so that I can check. I mean, I've listened to La Bohème 1,000 times, but I'm excited to follow it with the score for the first time. So it's going to be very nice. So I'm happy you guys chose it. I was hoping, I was like, people are mostly obsessed with La Bohème. Everybody's going to pick La Bohème. So when you first chose Tosca, I was like, my people. But then, no, I said, you guys should vote, and then you voted more, and Bohème won by far. So we're watching La Bohème, and if you guys have a question about which pitch is what, I have the score right here. And I will be studying a bit the chorus parts. There's not a lot of chorus. There is a chorus in Act 2 and Act 3. But yeah, so we won't be too distracted by the score. But yes, so that is what La Bohème. No fan of La Bohème either. Too soppy for my taste. That's the thing, right? Is that I feel there's two teams. There's the Verdi team and there's the Puccini team. And sometimes when you're obsessed with Verdi, you're not a huge fan of Puccini, and vice versa. When you're obsessed with Puccini, Verdi is like, okay. So yeah, I'm in the Verdi team, but I also love Tosca, and now I am learning to love La Bohème. So, you know, you always have to change. Est-ce que les costumes sont faits sur mesure ou vous voulez refiler avec quelques ajustements? Et sûrement beaucoup de parfum. So someone is asking if the costumes are made on you or if you kind of take someone else's costume. This is also a great question. So every new production, every time you create a production, à chaque fois qu'on va créer une nouvelle production, you create the costumes with it. So the costume team makes the costume on the person who stars in this production for the first time. Donc la première personne qui va jouer le rôle dans telle production, ils vont faire le costume sur la personne. But once the production is being redone, you use basically the costume of the person who sang the role before you and they adjust it. And what's a fantastic tradition in opera, maybe I know they have this in ballet as well, and maybe they have this in theater, but there is a tag on every costume with the name of the person who sings it. So for example, if you go to a big house like the Opéra de Paris or the Met, or if you go to La Scala, whatever, any big house, sometimes you're wearing a costumes with singers, and you see on the tag of the costume, you see the entire like the name of the person who created the role, then the name of the second, of the third, of the fourth, and sometimes it's like an alignment of all your icons. So it's always fun. I've never been in this situation, obviously, because I've never sung on in a major stage in an opera house, but it must be quite a feeling as a singer to know that you're wearing the same costumes than all the people that were there before you that you admire. So yes, so that's a beautiful tradition in opera that I find really, really cute. Oh, the first time you watched an opera, it was La Bohème. Yeah, I have to say La Bohème is also a great opera to start watching opera. I always say it's one of my top 5 when someone asks me, "Oh, which opera should I start watching? I've never been to the opera before." La Bohème is usually a good thing to go to. I would say La Bohème, I would say Carmen, I would say Magic Flute, stuff like that. It's like Traviata, it's like the standards. You will recognize some music. The plot is kind of simple to follow. It's like universal, so you can relate to the characters at any time. It's really, La Bohème, I find, is really modern in some ways. It's really impressive. Pour l'équilibre de la voix, le recul de la langue dans les aigus doit-il être maximum? Well, par recul, le recul de la langue, do you mean like swallowing your tongue? No, you never want to swallow your tongue. You want to arch your tongue. I don't know. I feel like I'm probably not equipped enough to give you a little lesson right now. I'm a student myself, but from what I'm understanding from my teacher, this is what I'm trying to achieve, is not to swallow my tongue while I sing my high notes, but on the opposite, to arch it. And you will see when you watch closely any videos of iconic singers, wonderful technicians, you see them as they open their mouth and they sing a high note, the tongue is always very arched. So it's like, I can't even do it right now. It's like, so that the back of your tongue doesn't press on your vocal cords, or it doesn't press down. I mean, not on your vocal cords, but it doesn't press down and like opens up your vocal folds, or it also doesn't like burden the pharynx, the pharyngeal space, which is a major resonant space, and so that's why you want the root of your tongue to be arched, and yeah, you basically don't want to put it backward. Gotta suggest something for a first opera, Gounod's Faust, especially for horror fans. Yes, that's also the thing. Great point, Ludovico. I always try to adapt my answers when someone asks me about what opera sorry, what opera should I watch first. I always try to adapt my answer to whomever is in front of me. So if in front of me I have a Star Wars fan, I will definitely, or like this kind of epic John Williams like people who love like big cinematographic music and stuff like that, I will definitely say something like Strauss, or yeah, something kind of epic like this. Maybe even some Wagner, like a short Wagner, like Tannhäuser or something like that. Someone who's deep into like horror and like creepy stuff, and they're kind of goth. Maybe Faust by Gounod is a great answer. I think Don Giovanni can also be a good answer. Someone who loves comedy, I will definitely say something like an Offenbach, or yeah, Offenbach, or some Mozarts. Sometimes are really, really funny if they're done well. Like Figaro, Nozze di Figaro can be really nice. Or Così, really, really nice. Yes. All right. Any more questions? Or are we ready to watch Puccini's masterpiece, La Bohème? Do you guys have any more questions? Are you all excited to watch one of your favorite operas? Isn't that gonna be fabulous? All right, let me set it up. Set it up. And let me try. Oh, we have someone from Morocco. Let's go, Morocco. That's amazing. I love how. Wait, sorry, I'm just setting up La Bohème at the same time. I love how you guys are coming from all over. Recently, I had messages from people who were coming from Ethiopia. I think, yes, they were coming from Ethiopia. That was really a wonderful surprise. I never knew people would follow me from Ethiopia. Okay, really cool. I love how international opera is. Always works out. All right, so I think we're ready to watch La Bohème. What do you all think? I'm finishing the setup right here. Yes, I think it looks good. All right, are we ready? Let's go. So let me know if the sound is all right. I put the English subtitles normally. Should work. So I chose a very good cast. As you can tell, a classic cast. I can't open my bottle of water. Ice. Yes, yes, yes. La crème de la crème, comme on dit en français, as we say. So this is a production from 1977. 1977, comme disent nos amis les Belges, du Met. Et donc, je n'ai jamais vu cette production. I never saw this production, but I'm very excited to discover it with you. It's going to be a very traditional...
Welcome to an historic event, the first live telecast of an opera from the new Metropolitan Opera House in Lincoln Center. Tonight's opera is La Bohème.
Wait, what did he say?
The
Is it the
Bohemians.
first?
The term originally...
Did he just say this was the first broadcast ever? Wait, I need to go back.
Gypsy. Years ago, it's Bohemia. Tonight's opera...
That would be crazy.
Welcome to an historic event, the first live telecast of an opera from the new Metropolitan Opera House in Lincoln Center.
Yeah, the first live opera. I didn't know this was this. We're watching the very first live broadcast of the Met.
But in time it came to mean anyone who lived a free, irregular life, free from the conventions of society, devoted mostly to the arts and free love. Today we might call them hippies or beatniks. So tonight's opera opens in a garret in Paris 100 years ago. It's Christmas Eve, and the Bohemian...
Today we might call them hippies. Yes, you have to remind yourself that this is in the late 70s. We're in 77. This is going to be hilarious. I didn't know this is so good.
...are cold and hungry. Rodolfo the poet is trying to write a 5-act tragedy, and Marcello the painter is trying to paint a picture of the Red Sea, but there's no fire in the stove. They think they might burn the painting, but they decide that might...
Yes, okay, so he's basically summarizing the plot of Bohème. This is my job. I'm not going to let him take my job. First act, Bohème, Paris, terrible time. They're all poor, they're all artists. The main characters are Rodolfo and Mimi. Rodolfo is a poet, and he's living with his buddies, a philosopher, a musician, and a painter. The four of them don't have any money. They're trying to sell their stuff in order to get some money and to survive, basically. And one day they go down to avoid the landlord, and Rodolfo is kind of staying behind. He doesn't want to go down to the cafe just yet. And he's writing a poem in his room, and suddenly he hears a knock on the door. And it's Mimi, who's trying to figure out how to light her candle, but who's basically just, you'll see, seducing him using that. Oh my God! Oh no! I didn't know where I put my key. Where's my candle? I'm all over the place. Please help me. But you'll see.
Rodolfo finds it, puts it in his pocket, and they continue to hunt in the dark till their hands touch.
That's what I just
and
said.
He says, "How cold your hand is. Let me warm it with mine." It's the most beautiful aria in the
You're
first
right,
act.
Solène.
Che
It's the
gelida
first,
manina, climaxing on it.
It's the first broadcast by the Met. That is true. But they are now the most famous broadcast, opera live broadcast. But you're right, Solène. It is the first broadcast by the Met. But it's crazy to think that they did that in 1977. This was live on TV. It's crazy. So good.
Artificial. They have no smell. She sits in her lonely garret.
Do you guys? I can't cut this because you guys know the story now. He's still talking about the story. Do you guys? Good question for you guys. Do you guys go and watch Met Opera live streams in the cinemas? So you can watch Met Operas at the cinemas now. Do you guys go? Do you enjoy it? If you do, let me know in the chat.
Now Act 1 live from the Metropolitan Opera of La Bohème.
Let's go. Fabrizio Milano. Another good thing about this opera, if you want to bring someone to the opera for the first time, is that it's not very long. I think it's like 2.5 hours, something like that. It's not that long.
Questo mar rosso mi ammonisce a sera. Come se addosso mi piovesse in sire.
Is the sound okay, guys? Can you hear anything?
Per vendicarmi.
Should I put it louder? Let me know. Oh, many of you are watching lives, HD lives. Nice. It's good that you enjoy it. We should talk about it more one day. Great. I'm happy. It sounds great.
E penso a quel poltrone, un vecchio cavalletto ingannatore, che vive in ozio dove andrà, signore.
Best setter of all time.
Le sue rendite oneste non penso non ricevere, che foreste che fa sotto la neve.
It's Pavarotti at his prime, late 70s. Marcello is ink for Wixel. Wixel. Puccini. You're all team Puccini in this chat. I know, Ludovico, I was just gonna say this. This is a small, like, mansarde parisienne. Looks like a loft, Persian loft.
Qui si gela, si muore di nebbia. Fuoco ci vuole. Aspetta, sacrifichiam la sera. Eureka, provasti sì.
It's so high for a tenor.
Aguzza ingegno, l'idea campi via. Facciamo il nervo solo, puzza la tela di finta. Il mio dramma, ardente mio dramma, ci scaldi. Poi che devo forse mi
This is gonna burn burn his play.
Al secol gran danno minaccia, verrò in periglio.
I love the opera acting of the 70s.
Straccia, accendi.
So, for those of you who are interested in some geeky stuff, this opera is what we call verismo. Do you guys know about verismo?
Zitto, si dà il mio dramma al fuoco. Lo trovo scintillante, vivo. Ma dura poco la brevità gran pregio. Apori a me la sedia e si fa morire d'inneria. Presto! Atto secondo! Non far sussurro!
I know, it's a Christmas opera and we're in April, but I needed to study. Actually, let me dig up where we are in the score.
Là c'eran baci, tre atti orgoglio d'un colpo vile. Tal che via baci l'idea s'integra, bella allegra,
Yes, found it.
Oddio, già s'abbassa la fiamma.
On est là.
E vano che fra
Donc ça vous intéresse.
Già scricciola in crespa si muor.
Yes, Pavarotti is the best.
Abbasso l'autor.
Hey, Pavarotti jumping? Wow. We're really in the 70s.
Legna, figa di Bordeaux. Legna, Bordeaux. Legna, vinse una fiera, il difficile sfilò, magari Francia, per noi si sbilancia.
That's the musician. The only one who earns some money in this group is the musician.
Luigi Filippo.
Yes.
A Luigi Filippo, ai ostri di me. Ormi di no, quest'oro, ogni argento. A plasca brava e storia, c'è dato il camino, a freddo sofferto. Un inglese e un signor. L'or che sia, volor musicista, e tagliamo la tavola. Esca con me. Accetta lì domani, a schiccio dolce, attuando le lezioni. Mi presento, accetta lì domani, attuando le lezioni. Risponde il che diciamo.
So yes, what I was saying about Verismo is that from this point on, the characters and the feel of the music was more something we could relate to in our everyday lives. That's Verismo. Ludovico, you watch certain operas certain times a year? I don't. There's no time for Bohème. But I see what you mean. This is very much like a... This sounds great. That's Paul Piszka singing. But Yes, this is very much a winter opera, normally.
No, queste cibarie sono la salmeria e di futuri tenebrosi assori. Danzerà in casa il dì della vigilia, mentre il quartier latino le sue vie addobba di salsicce le cornie. Quando non le soli
Yes, good question, Jonna. What do you watch in the summer or in the spring? What would you watch in April? What's a good opera for April?
le ragazze cantano contente la vigilia.
Good answers.
Ognuno lo studente.
I think a good opera for the spring would be you can hear how it travels well in the theater. He has a lot of ring in his high notes. We were talking about it earlier. Fabulous sound. Paul Pliszka. Yes, Mozart doesn't have a season. Mozart is all year round. Oh, that's the landlord. The landlord is coming in.
Non c'è nessuno! È chiuso! Sola.
I'd say a good spring opera would be L'Amico Fritz.
Date una sera. Presto! Non vorrei
Sky.
Grazie, tocchiamo.
Is this your favorite moment? It's someone's favorite moment. Oh yeah, because it's a comical scene, right?
L'ultimo trimestre e no piacere e quindi ancora un sorso. Grazie, tocchiamo.
He has a fake nose, can you see? Or is it his real nose? No, that's a fake nose. No, that's his real nose.
A lei ne vengo perché il trimestre
It's his real nose, my bad.
mi promise. Promisce lo mantengo.
Bohème today in France, la Bohème, la vie de Bohème. We have several meaning of it. In French, we would say Bohème. La vie de Bohème is this. Is like kind of the hippie life. The host at the beginning of the opera was right. La vie de Bohème. It's like you kind of live with your feelings, you don't really care, you're mostly poor, you're very artsy. That would be Bohème today. Kind of Bohème. It's also kind of a style sometimes, like a fashion style, being very Bohème. You know, it's like close to being a bit hippie, artsy. Yeah. We don't usually... Yeah, we don't really use that word today in France, I would say. I don't know, there are many French people in the chat. Do you guys use Bohème on an everyday basis?
Neghi un caso bella donna molto riccone se lo sape riccone una quercia un pannone buon gusto il grin ricciuto e fulmon e i gondola arcillo e corruto son vecchio ma robusto e gondolava il sulto e pecorino cede alla femminile e mi do in gioventù
Yes, someone said in the chat that Vie de Bohème could also be the way actors and artists live nowadays. So, being kind of not safe about money ever, to not have secure employment, life security, but to sacrifice your safety for your art. That's true. That's a good answer.
No, poi no. Le donne magre son grattacapi e spesso sopra capi.
Skinny women worry a lot, and they're full of complaints. Thank you, Puccini. This is a nice
per esempio, mia moglie è sua moglie,
So they're basically turning the scene back to his face because they don't have the rights. So they manipulate.
silenzio, via signore,
Voices.
buonasera a vostra signorina. Ho pagato il trimestre al quartiere Latin-Cette. Viva di spendere, dividiamo il bottino, dividiamo. Là ci son beltà, scese dal cielo, orche se ricco vada licenza, or sopravviati il pelo. Vado la conoscenza la prima volta d'un barbitonsore. Guidatemi a ridicolo tragio un rasoio.
All the voices are fabulous. I love this cast so far. I mean, it's top tier, right? Mimi is also Renata Scotto, Rosetta is Marina Misca.
Terminar l'articolo di fondo del castoro. Presto 5 minuti conosco il mestiere. Aspetteremo da basso da morire. E tardi udrai che coro. 5 minuti. Fagli accortare ancora il tuo castor. Pontano sala, tienila intera. Adagio. E io per storia che non conviene.
Yes, Renata Scotto, I'm excited. She's about to come in. Renata. R.I.P. Oh, that's a good thing, Jonah, you say about the '08 Bohème movie with Anna Netrebko. I've never watched, we should do that once. I've never fully sat down and watched opera movie. So most of the time, when you look at the big operas, you will always find a movie version with opera singers. But then it's not like a stage, it's like they do a movie out of it and then they lip sync over their own recordings. It's a mood.
Una donna.
Una donna. It's Mimi.
S'accomodi un momento. La prego, entri.
Who do you like best?
Si sente male.
Mirella Freni o Renata Scotto? Renata.
Impallidisce.
Respir quelle scale.
Oh my god, Charles! Hi, Charles. I sang in the next production of La Bohème by Zeffirelli at the Met when I was in the children's chorus there. Oh my goodness! I should have picked that version, then we would have seen you. That would have been cool. That's a good flex. So who was the cast? Who was the cast for that Bohème?
Si sente bel sì, qui c'è tanto freddo, segga vicino al fuoco, aspetti un po' di
He's hooked.
a lei
Ooh, nice cast.
così. Che bella bambina.
Ora permetta che accenda il lume tutto passato.
Tanta fretta.
I love how in these old recordings, the mics are placed in a certain way that sometimes you hear what the singer's voices sound in the hall. See how she's turned like this? You hear not what the mic on stage gets, but what the mic of the entire hall gets. Oh. And their voices travel so well.
Io si è spento. Io pesto.
Disgraziato.
Dove sarà?
Yes, next marathon we will add an opera movie to the roster. Very good idea. We should do that. Debate about it. I feel it might be a bit cringy to watch an opera movie. We should try. We should try. L'ho trovata. He hid it. He doesn't want her to go home. Hey, thanks for the message, Bohème. Yes! Là, il y a 2 tubes à la suite. 2 hits in a row. This and Si mi chiamano Mimi. Ah, he's the best.
Chi sono?
Who am I? No one cares.
Chi sono? Sono un poeta. Che cosa faccio? Scrivo e come vivo. Vivo.
Good for you, man.
In povertà mia lieta, ciaro da grande Signore, rivedini l'amore per sogni eterni vere, e te passegni l'aria.
Can you guys hear Levi moaning? I'm starting to like La Bohème. Aïe aïe aïe. It wasn't his best, but he's fabulous. Very good. I'm starting to like it. Ay, 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 ay. I am starting to like La Bohème, you guys. Yes, it wasn't his best, I see, but he's still Pavarotti, so not his best is better than most tenors will ever dream of. Fabulous. And also, thank you, Charles, for your comment earlier. Thank you so much for joining it. Avec plaisir. Bonne soirée, JGB. Yes. You can hear Levine, the conductor. I know it's the prompter. You can hear the prompter. Did you hear that? dramatically, she's like,
altro di me non li saprei narrare, sono la sua vicina che la vien fuori d'ora importunare.
incredible. Dramatically, she's so precise and touching and very like poised and distinguished. It was beautiful. You saw she's a great Mimi. I find that you dramatically and musically you really see what the character is. Really good. I think I mostly saw Mirella Freni singing this with Pavarotti, so I'm really excited to discover Scotto. Nice.
Chi son?
Amici, senti la tue, che te ne fai di so? Non son solo, siamo in due. Andate da Nus, tenete il posto, ci saremo tosto. Promis, zitti di svegli, andiamocene via. Trovo la poesia.
Back to flirting.
O soave fanciullo,
Un autre tube, allez.
dolce riso, di vite gira confusa la voltar. In terra viso, il solo che vorrei
Yes. No, you have to dine her first. You have to buy her some drinks. She has to meet your friends. No, she has to check first before she spends the night. Rodolfo. Curioso. Yes.
Dammi il braccio, mia piccina.
Obbedisco, Signor.
Che m'ami di.
Io
They're rushing to go sing that high C. They rush backstage. High C time. What? Okay, normally, this high C is supposed to be pianissimo, huh? But you do what you have to do. This was the first act of La Bohème, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, I don't know if you can hear it. I'm hearing it in my headset. But you can hear, this was clearly out the stage. Yes, this is always sung out the stage. Excuse me. Yes, this high C, it's noted in the score, actually on the Puccini score. I should find it for you. It's in the score, but that it should be off the stage. Yes, it's written in the score. Whoops, that it should be sung off the stage. But yes, what I was gonna say is that you can hear in this version, clearly this is the very first time they did a live broadcast at the Met, because you can hear they put a mic too close to the prompter. See this box? Wait, I'm gonna go back. Wait, blah blah blah. Bravissimi, sorry. Very good, very good. Okay. Okay, stop. So you see, Pavarotti's foot is in front of something. Like right there, down there. That's the box of the prompter. So there's a person, most of the time it's the coach of the opera, who's there with the score. They're in this little booth, right, like on top of the stage, and they basically act as a prompter. So they speak the text of your next lines as the opera goes on. So they're there and they're like, che gelida manina, si mi chiamano Mimi, like stuff like, and they just say it like that, and they have to say it at the right level so that the singers on stage can hear it and that the people in the audience can't. But what's funny is that since this is the first broadcast, the first Met broadcast ever, they probably put a mic up there somewhere close to that box, and so if you hear closely, you can actually hear the person doing the prompter. So, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. And yes, Jonah, in your score and in everybody's score, the tenor is supposed to sing an E natural on this, and the soprano only is supposed to sing a high C. But with Italian opera, especially with Puccini and Verdi and people like that, you have what you call performance practice. And performance practice is basically what you expect people to do, because one tenor at some point or one soprano at some point decided to take a breath there, or to go to the high C with the soprano, or decided to do a big portamento there, or to sing this very piano when it's written forte, so that after that the audience expects to hear that, and it's become like a tradition. And so at the end of this act, for the tenor to go to the high C is the tradition. So you expect them to go there. Yeah, even though in the score it's an E. But there are many stuff like that, especially in Puccini. Act 2, and that's where I have to get my score, because it's choir time, and I'm singing the choir this summer. Ah! Study time. I can't sing the choir right now, it's going too fast. I'm just learning it. I don't want to destroy your experience by singing wrong stuff. I'm just learning it now. It's gonna be fun to do this, I'm excited. I wonder what the production's gonna look like this summer. If the chorus is gonna have to do a lot. So fun fact for the production I'm doing this summer, where I'm in the chorus, the singer who sings Mimi is Amanda Batista, I think her name is, and she's currently in the Young Artist program of the Met, and she's gonna be singing the Mimi in our production this summer. So, I don't know, fun fact. And I think the guy who sings Marcello or Colline is also at the Met. I would have to check that. Sorry.
Ho uno zio milionario, se fa senno il buon Dio, voglio comprarti un petto assai più bene.
Whoa! I'm not doing that this summer.
All'uom felice sta il sospetto accanto, io quando mi saggio l'abbondanza di spazio. Finalmente, eccoci qui. Questa è Mimì, Gaia fioraia, il suo venire completa, la bella compagnia. Perché sogni al poeta e sarà poi.
Quel charmeur. He has good riz.
Dal mio cervello scocciano i canti, dalle sue dita scocciano i fiori, dall'anime esultanti scoccia l'amore, scoccia l'amore.
C'est les trios là. They're triplets.
Concetti rari, strani, ingredients in excessit.
Oh God, is that fire?
Un tacchino figlia almeno, figlia a favolare. E tu Mimì che vuoi? Gran sfarzo, c'è una dama.
I know the line, right? Io sono il poeta, lei la poesia.
regina Mimì che dono raro e ha fatto il suo Rodolfo.
Yeah, the thing about following an opera with the score is that you have to be on it, huh? You can't really leave for a second. But you know, the more you read music all the time, the more you're used to it. But now I'm reading the vocal score, so it's an orchestra reduction. It's with piano. I don't have the entire orchestra in there. It's easier.
Esperto professore, io già diplomi e non sonarmi prima.
I'm starting to like this opera. Damn. Maybe that's the key. I should just... Maybe I should just do a marathon of all the operas I never really liked, and then that will cure me, and I would love these operas. Because I'm starting to really like La Bohème, and I used to be like meh about it.
Secondo il palato e miele o fiere e il lutto via Mimì allegri un toast guadelli con e via pensiero al dilighe vediam
Musetta!
ci sta! Non ne posso più! Non ne posso più! Come? Qui fuori? Qui?
Tale alluminio li prego servarli a tu, per tu.
Non farmi il porco blu!
Con la casta Susanna!
E porta il vestito!
Gli angeli vanno nudi!
La conosci chi?
Comandatelo a me! Il suo nome è Musetta!
Ma cielo mi
Con
fide!
nome e tentazione!
E guarda il
vocazione! Alla cosa dei tempi! Chi la muta soventi lo manchi e l'amore!
Mi fa tutto la te!
E come la civetta! E il cielo santenario! Il suo cibo ordinario! E il cuore! Mangia il cuore! Per questo io non ne ho più!
Get ready for the big hit.
Questo piatto la pozza di rifiuto!
She must have had so much fun practicing this.
Con chi parli? Con chi parli? La convenienza, il resto, la virtù.
Yes, girl. Chest voice in the 70s. I love it.
Vedi, hai stupenda!
Vedi bene che ordino.
La commedia è stupenda!
The laugh is not in the score, just so you know.
Sappi per tuo governo che non
It's a bit toxic, huh? This situation. This jealousy. It's a bit toxic.
Di non capir la
Ma il tuo cuore, martello,
Parla piano,
ma il tuo cuore, martello.
piano, piano.
Let's go. Quantum info. Max Musetta?
Legatemi alla seggiola,
quella gente che dirà.
I never sung this aria, really. I should do it. I learned both Mimi arias, but never this one. Yes. Oh, yes, Amina Idris. Yes, I love her version of this. I love Amina Idris. She's great. She actually, Maria Cassé, if you like Amina Idris. She participated in my video on singers menstruating. Check it out. She's great. Musetta is the smartest of them all. This is the theme from Act 1. Smart. I'm so happy you guys are liking this. This is nice.
se sei duro, ritrovi le sforzato. La ritirata che devi non ci credo, con io la fredda, bella, folla serata, e la tutti già fressi.
Of Act 2. And that is the most of the chorus. So thank you guys for being patient with me while I was studying my score for the summer. Very nice, very nice. Musetta did very well. I think they play on stage or fake orchestra. Oh, I didn't look that up. I didn't look it up. Wait, let me quickly go back and then we'll directly go to Act 3 because we don't need to see these. Do you think they play on stage? Or fake orchestra? Let's see, let's see. No, they play for real. They play for real. I'm sure they play for real. Alright, are we ready for Act 3? Are your tissues ready? Are the tissues ready, my friends? Hey, before we all cry, I will take a small second to promote my crowdfunding. The QR code is right there. As I said at the beginning of the live, some of you weren't there, some of you were. If you were, I'm sorry, I'm going to repeat myself. But please consider make a donation, and if you cannot, please consider sharing this with your friends and family. Every donation counts, and I would really feel very supported and be excessively grateful if you could help me finance my second year of masters here. That's it. Now you can take a second, scan the QR code, or check the link in the bio of this live. It's also there. Or you can just Google Mia Mondino GoFundMe. And after that, you can pick up your tissues because we're going into Act 3. Yes, but take a lot of tissues because there's a big quartet now, and then there's the last act. But no spoilers for the people who don't know what's happening. So we are a few months later. Huh? This is a few months after what we saw. Yes, for the orchestra. Thank you very much. Beautiful Met Orchestra, one of the top orchestras in the world. So this is the taverna on the side, right there, like at the bottom, under the QR code. Shameless plug. Endless plugging. This is a taverna, and Marcello is working at the taverna, so he has a good job now. And Mimi is gonna look for him. She is really sick, and it's really cold outside. Hola! Crise cardiaque. Crise cardiaque. Okay, chorus. I have to practice. I have to learn my part. Okay, crise cardiaque là. Hola! Hola! Qui s'aggiaccia? Very nice, very nice. Marta still singing the same thing. Voilà, c'est ça ma dernière ligne, je crois. Oh non. Hop là. One more here. Voilà. I don't know yet which part I'll be singing this, but that's basically it. That's the end of the chorus, right? I think. Yes, then it's all solos until the end of the opera. So that's when I will go back to the dressing room and wait until dies. I won't say who. I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it. Oh, thank you, Charles, for your donation. Thank you so much. Thank you. Chiamano Mimi. Ah, she comes onto the stage. It's knowing how cute, how devastating for someone who suffers from lung disease. Ooh, yay, yay.
Scusi, quale osteria dove un pittor lavora?
Eccola.
Oh, buona donna, mi fate favore di cercarmi un pittore d'argento. Ho da parlargli, ho tanta fretta, ditegli che mi l'aspetta.
Ecco, Paniere.
I love when you guys comment up there. That's what the chat is for. It's for exchanging and talking while we watch an opera. We don't get to do this at the opera house. So this is fun. You guys should comment. And we chat. I love it. Otherwise it feels like I'm speaking on my own like a crazy person. Which I am, but...
Mimì!
Speriamo di trovarvi qui.
E versiam qui da un mese, di quello sta le spese. Musetta insegna e incanto ai passeggeri. Io pingo quei berrieri sulla facciata. E freddo, entrate. Sì,
Non posso entrare, no, no.
perché?
Ma cielo aiuto, aiuto.
Cosa avvenuto?
That is a burden. When your partner is very jealous, it is a burden. Especially when you're sick. It's too much. That's the thing about this opera, right? That's why people love it, is that everybody can relate to it, even centuries later. Listen closely, you will hear the prompter. Do you hear it? It's like someone's mumbling. obsessed with it. I'll try to wait until there's a very clear moment where you can hear the prompter, and I will play it back for you guys. Here was a good moment, because it's quite silent. Listen after her phrase. Fuck. My bad. I swore. I went too far. I went too far. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so sorry. My bad. Here. Did you hear the quando before he sang? If not, I will stop bothering you with this. But it's a geeky, funny thing. Isn't it funny how it sounds like someone's speaking in the audience? Yay, you heard it! I'm happy. I will stop bothering you with it. But I find it hilarious how you record something for posterity and then you mostly hear the prompter who's like rah, 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 next to the mic. She's not doing well. Can you imagine you're sick, destroyed physically, and then he leaves you?
Si desta, s'alza, mi cerca. Viene,
non mi veda.
Rincasatemi per carità, non fate scene qua.
Oh yeah, I don't know that recording, Charles, with Caballé and Carreras. Okay, so if I'm honest, those are the kinds of moments in Bohème where I'm like, okay, we got it. But I like it more than I used to.
Io voglio separarmi da me. Sei volubile così. Già un'altra volta credetti morto il mio cuore. Ma di quegli occhi azzurri allo splendore esso è risorto. Ora il tedio la sala per sempre mi avetto dei pazzi e l'amor vetro e lacrime di stia
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, but
e non ride famiglia.
my heart was already broke. I don't know. The next scene is really heartbreaking. It's really beautiful.
Poco collerico, lunatico, i bevuto di tre giudizi, noioso, asciutto.
Fallerir me, poveretta.
Poveretta.
Chi è una
I'm gonna eat this. Snack time. Retournement de situation, messieurs, dames. There's one thing about this plot. Okay, I'm gonna put pause, don't scream at me. There is one thing about this plot that I would like to understand. How is this just sexist, or did he talk to a doctor? Because how does he, a poet, mind me, a poet, he's not a doctor, how does he know that she's doomed and that she's super sick and she's about to die? And how does she not know? How is that working? How does she not realize that she can't breathe? She's like feverish, she's like about to die. And he, external poet, knows that she's dead? Is that just because in here the man is smarter and he realizes something about her weak and poor, like girl who doesn't know what's happening to her? Or is there a part of the plot that I don't understand? And actually he saw a doctor or something? Because I was always puzzled. I was like, how does he know and she doesn't? What's this? Anyway, back to it. Denial. Yes, it's a good answer. Thank you. Oh, that's interesting, Riccardo. Ah, Puccini is dead by an illness during Turandot. So Mimi's sick represents the future of the end Puccini in real life. That's funny. I think I like Denial better than just her being innocent and pure. Yeah, Mimi's like a fragile flower. Blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, mia vita è finita. Yeah, she crying. She's deciding. Now is the time. This is not sponsored by Kleenex, but now is the time. Grab them. Grab them. She's leaving him. Well, yeah. You wanted to leave her to save her. She wants to leave you to spare you the hurt. Another hit. Rancour.
Ascolta, ascolta, l'eco che rode ad una villa già isparsa.
Oh, she's so good dramatically.
Nel mio cassetto stan chiusi il libro di preghi.
She's faster than the orchestra. Yes, dignified. I love this version of Mimi. Bravissima. I have to say, I love how she acts Mimi in a very dignified, powerful manner. Because that's also part of why I never really enjoyed La Bohème so much. It's because I never got the character of Mimi fully. And I always see this aria being performed in a very, she just heard she's about to die and she's really desperate and she just decides to do it and she's still in love with him and it's kind of sad. But now she really played it in a beautiful, full way. Beautiful. Very famous scene. So good.
Dio
verse, you get two kind of love story. The Mimi and Rodolfo kind of get back together and say they will wait until spring. And Marcello and Musetta, who are still in the jealousy, kind of raw love, and break up. This orchestra is really the best, huh? So good. You decided to break up with him. Charlotte's crying. Don't cry. Bravissimi. Yes. Very nice. Oh, sorry, I cut the too fortissimo. Papa! But, you know. Papa! People started clapping. So, who's crying? Who's crying? Who's crying among you guys? Are people crying already? Are you ready for this last act? Because, if you cried now, you're gonna cry even more later. Let me tell ya. Let me tell you. Okay, let's skip the bows. We love them, but let's skip it. Are we ready for Act 4? Why this powerful love doesn't exist? It does, Ricardo. It exists. Don't worry about it. It does. It does. But it's just so much better when it's on the opera stage. All right, ready? Last act. Let's go. Back to square one.
Vi salutò ridendo. Tu, Musetta, le dissi, e il cor non batte, o non lo sento. Grazie al velluto che il copre. C'ho gusto da per. C'ho gusto da per.
I'm sorry, the subtitles are not as good as I thought.
Ti rodi e ridi. Non batte bene.
Whoa. Okay, Met Orchestra, calm down. Don't destroy my computer. Una regina. Yes, great idea. When you got broken up with, bury yourself in work. See? Puccini says it. Not me.
Che penna infame e infame penne.
What is this? An underwear from the 19th century? What is this? Mr. Rexolid, it's her bonnet. But it would have been funnier if it was like big underwear. No, that's Marcello. That's Marcello, so it's not Mimi's bonnet. It's probably Musetta something. Or maybe it's just a chiffon, huh? And it's like wiping his hands from paint. I don't know. That's the bonnet. That's the bonnet. So what is it? Yeah, tissue, maybe, yeah. See, I'm starting to be bored. It's not good, though. That's the bonnet. Ah! He thought he was going to sing a high note. What was this? He went like, as if he was about to sing a high C. Nothing came out. No, I think it was just it was an acting choice. Maybe the prompter went like, shut up, it's not now. No, I think it was an acting choice. Like, I'm in pain, her bonnet. But yeah, I don't know. A lady liked it. She was like, bravi, very good, very good. All right. Now we have, I'd say, 20 minutes left. I know, there's Schonar's aria first. My bad, I skipped a part. I dream of a baguette, a real baguette. I've been in the States for too long now. I haven't had a baguette in 8 months. My dream, a real baguette.
Con lo champagne mettiamo in ghiaccio. Scelga un colore, trota al salmone. Una lingua
probably make my own at some point. Try.
Ispira irresistibile l'estro della rosa. Azione coreografica loro. Sì, sì. La danza con musica vocale si scopre.
Vocally, they're so great. They're really like top tier. Because they're very expressive, but yet they don't like push their voice out. It's really beautiful.
Cavotta, minuetto, avanella, Anna. Propongo la quadrilla.
Yes, the last funny moment before the tragedy.
Io detto la 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 la. Vezzosa da vicenda, rispetti alla modestia, la prego. La 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 la.
Pavarotti is actually light on his feet.
Oh, bestia!
Very cute.
Che mori dalla che se non ero le motraccia, snudi il ferro, pronti, assaggia! Il tuo sangue voglio vedere.
Yes.
Noi qui si sputella.
Next watch party, we'll be watching a very French opera while making baguettes. Which French opera do you think qualifies for baguette making? Oh yeah, we could do La Fille du Régiment. And yes, Alan Monk is really great. I'm excited for his aria later. That's it. That's it. No more jokes. No more jokes. That's it. It's the end. Everybody cry. Yes. Ah, salut à la France. Yes, that's a good idea. Or some Offenbach, which is set in Paris or something. Oh, yes, Colleen is Aria. Sorry, my bad. Apologies. You're right. Not Schonard. I mixed them up. Making pain au chocolat, you need a marathon, huh? Not a watch party. We need to watch the ring cycle in order to make pain au chocolat. Someone was asking earlier, how do you sing without hurting your colleague's ear? See how he didn't sing in her ear? He sang on her nose, literally. So she didn't hurt anything. The Mimi theme behind. And now you have to sing your last lines lying down. now is the devastation.
Non parlar.
Parlo piante me. Marcella Teretta, la sei buona musica.
I know, the interpretation is top tier. Top tier. That's why people who want to modernize this opera in order to have people relate to it, I'm like, we relate to it when they're like this. If the acting is good, we relate.
Sei buona, o mia musetta.
Ah, the aria.
Grazie, Marra, senti, io resto al pianto a scendere sacro monte Ortevi. Le mie grazie ricevi, ma non curvaste il logoro dorso ai ricchi ed ai potenti. Passar nelle tue tasche come d'antri tranquilli filosofi e poeti. Ora che giorni lieti fuggir, ti dico addio, fedele amico mio.
Yeah, it's a great aria for beginning voice lessons for young bass baritones. It's cute. He didn't expect it. He didn't expect it. Yes, this was Paul Pliszka. He didn't expect it.
Ognuno per diversa via.
Really beautiful.
Mettiamo insieme due atti di pietà. Io questo e tu lasciali soli là. Filosofo ragioni
Yeah, you're right, Jonah. The dynamic between Shona and Colline is always a bit like old married couple. It's just like they're like a family at this point. That's what I love about this opera as well. That's what I love about this story, is that it really represents well how friendships can become family. Oh, the exorcist. We need the exorcist in here. What is this? She was like, she's being possessed by a demon. A demon. What? That does give me chills, I will admit. That is mean to the soprano. That is mean writing. Puccini.
Torno al nido la rondine cinguetta.
Riz.
Oddio, mi vi!
Not good, not good. It's not good. It's not good. Get ready.
Vita, perduta,
Sì,
Ah, everybody coughing in the audience, being like, I'm also dying. If you have to cough, whenever you go to the theater and to the opera, if you have to cough, please cough during a forte moment. When there's a lot of music, cough then. Don't cough in a silent moment. Please, if you can. Thank you. Marc-Antoine, je crois qu'elle va mourir. No, you think so? Look, she has a little blabla to put her hands in. That is so kind. Che gelida manina. Not anymore. The prompter. You hear him really clearly now. Luciano, piangi? The prompter. He's singing. He's like, okay, she's asleep. It's good. We're good. She sleep a bit. See?
mi ha detto il vento, verrà.
This is the moment that we cry.
Ancora, vi pare che sia grave?
non credo.
Oh cielo, resterà. dire, quel andare a venire, quel guardarmi così. Coraggio.
She did. This orchestra. Damn. Well, well, well. Who cried? Oh, people cried in the chat. Yes. Oh my goodness. This ending, I have to say Puccini knew how to end people. If there's one thing that Puccini knew how to do, is how to end people. Liu's aria, Tosca's ending, Bohème. Oh, first time that you saw an opera. Hey, Charlotte. So nice. I'm happy you enjoyed it. So cool. Yay. People enjoying operas and watching it here for the first time. I'm so honored. Yay. I'm happy you enjoyed it. So yes, this was La Bohème with one of the best casts I have ever seen in my life, ladies and gentlemen. I am so happy you enjoyed it. It is one of the top operas, and I am really excited to be performing in the chorus of it this summer at Wolf Trap Opera in Virginia. It's going to be really exciting, and I'm happy I got to rewatch it again. It was on my to-do list to rewatch the entire opera while I'm learning the chorus in order to reset it a bit in my brain, and I'm happy we did that together. It's so nice. I love this little format. I know you guys are used to my opera marathons where we watch like 3 operas in a row, but I think I like this Sunday live stream format. I might do another one next month, maybe. We'll see, because I'm currently super busy in preparing for my big assignment for this summer. It's a very big opportunity, and I have a bunch of other things to do before that, singing wise, that are very important. So we'll see if I have the time to do another one in May, but I would love to. Before I go to Virginia, maybe we can watch another opera together. That would be nice. And if not, I will definitely keep this format for after the summer, because I think it's nice to just watch an opera. We don't always have to do things very big, an opera marathon. This is nice. A little chat, we watch an opera, and then you guys have a good night in Europe or a good rest of your evening here in the States. And thank you so much for watching. I had a fabulous time together. If you have any suggestions on what other operas we can watch together, shoot me a DM or you can comment this live. It would be available full on replay on my channel, so you can also rewatch the entire opera if you just arrived at the end. You can go back to the beginning. And please, once again, if you can, on the other side, my bad, here you can scan the QR code for my crowdfunding campaign to help me finance my second years of masters here in the States. The goal is reachable, I believe. We reached $12,000/euros last year, and this year I'm reaching for 10,000, which would be great. It would help me finance my tuition fees, my international fees that are on top of my scholarship. So if you cannot donate, I completely understand, but you probably have someone in your surrounding who can. So please share that to as many people as you can, or share it on social media. Any donation counts. So thank you very much. Thank you for your support. thank you for watching this, and I wish you all a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous evening and day. Bye.